New AMD Ryzen i9 HX370 Strix APU benchmarks reveal almost 7945HX multi-threaded performance, 12 Zen 5 cores versus 16 Zen 4 cores on laptops. The latest AMD Ryzen i9 HX370 Strix APU benchmarks have leaked, showcasing how 12 Zen 5 cores come close to 16 Zen 4 cores in laptops. AMD's first Ryzen i300 laptops are expected to hit retail later this month, and it looks like everyone is prepping for the launch. The two main chips that will be part of the Ryzen i300 family are the Ryzen i9 HX370 and Ryzen i9 365. These are the two chips that have been announced so far, but we have also spotted various other SKUs in the standard and Pro flavors. With that said, we have a new benchmark today, once again showcasing some brutally fast multi-threaded performance. Image source, AMD. The AMD Ryzen i9 HX370 APU is part of the Ryzen i300 Strix Point family and features a 12-core and 24-thread chip that features a 4 Zen 5 and 8 Zen 5C configuration. This chip runs at up to 5.1 GHz boost clocks, offers 36 MB of cache, 24 MB L3 plus 12 MB L2, and the Radeon 890 APU with 16 compute units or 1024 cores. So versus the previous flagship, the Ryzen 98945HS, you are getting 50% more cores, threads, 33.3% more compute units, and 3.12x the NPU performance, which is great gen over gen gains. The AMD Ryzen i9 HX370 Strix APU that has leaked was tested on the Asus ProArt P16 laptop, which is one of the new products that the manufacturer will be unveiling on the 17th of July at a special event. This laptop is configured with 32 GB of LPDDR5 7467 mount S memory and should be packing the aforementioned APU unless Asus goes with a discrete GPU route. According to the Geekbench log, the CPU ran at a maximum frequency of 5142 MHz, which is slightly above its 5.1 GHz official boost clock. Image source, Geekbench 6. Coming to the performance figures, the AMD Ryzen i9 HX370 Strix APU scored a maximum of 2,893 points in the single-core and 15,279 points in the multi-core tests. Following are comparisons with some current-gen chips from Intel and AMD. With these new scores, the AMD Ryzen i9 HX370 Strix APU sits 21% ahead of the Hawkpoint flagship, 8945HS, and 28% ahead of the Meteor Lake flagship, 185H, in single-core tests. In multi-thread tests, the Strix APU sits 32% ahead of the Hawkpoint flagship and 26% ahead of the Meteor Lake flagship. The 12 cores and 5 CPU also gets super close to the 16 cores and 4 chips, which is just amazing. Versus the 12 cores and 4 CPU, the 12 cores and 5 APU offers a 12% boost in performance, so you can expect what the next gen 12 and 16 cores and 5 fire range CPUs, which will be aiming the high-end and enthusiast laptop space, would have to offer. Strix Halo APUs are also expected to feature as many as 16 cores on the flagship chips, along with some big RDNA 3.5 APU. Image source, Geekbench 6. AMD's Ryzen i300 CPUs, including the Ryzen i9 HX370 Strix APU, will be featured across several high-end IPC and gaming laptops, so stay tuned as we approach launch to see what more these designs have to offer.